As an executive, what skills do you need to be successful? And how on earth would you go about developing those skills if you're someone who has aspirations of taking on a leadership role in the future?
Oh, I think there's some key attributes you got to have. People need to trust you. People need to respect you. When you say something, you mean it, and you can get that done. I think communicating is significantly more important today than it ever has been. Motivating through your communication is also really critical. I think you have to try to stay away from politics. Politics will get you in trouble. And you have to have an absolutely burning desire for success. And success means today's numbers, the yearly numbers, the quarterly numbers, development of your people. Those burning attributes, you don't get those on the 15th and 30th of every month when your paycheck comes in. Those have to be wired into you. And I think those are the traits that endear you to not only your people, but your customers. I mean, customers get to know you and they know who you are. And if you don't have those attributes, they want nothing to do with you. And the same thing will be said for your employees. They want nothing to do with you. And then any chance you had to be good at what as a leader is absolutely gone.
David, your perspective has been one of entrepreneurship and business ownership. What advice would you have for people when they are thinking about wanting to take on something like that themselves? How would they go about developing the skills ahead of time to try to maximize their chances of success?
Well, a lot of times I think it's like when you talk to young families that are thinking about having a child and they're like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And when I'm ready, I'll have a child, right? I don't think you're ever really ready. I just think that you have to have an idea and you have to have the self-confidence in what you do. And you have to go for it every so often. And you just have to put everything on the line if you're going to go into business for yourself. It's a whole lot different when you go to business for yourself than, I've met people through the years. I try to lead by example. So in my business, I try to set the tone of what I want to achieve. And I hire really great people. I let them know what our goals and objectives are. And I let them do their thing. And I don't micromanage them. But as an entrepreneur, in whatever it is that you do, I just think you have to put your heart and soul into it. You can't do it halfway. And you're going to make mistakes. In restaurants, I think 40% of restaurants fail. You have to be okay failing. Joe brought it up earlier. I've learned from my failures much better lessons than I have from my successes. They're painful, but I don't make those same mistakes again. So I know guys that have opened up shops and didn't really realize how to handle accounts receivable. And everything looks great, right? And all of a sudden you get your money in and you're not paying your bills, but you get a boat. Or you don't really know how to balance everything and you might go out of business. And then you've learned a very difficult lesson. And then when you do it again, you're a lot more cautious. So I say be passionate about what you do and be honest with your customers and your employees and put your heart into it. And in life, everything works out. Someone may say, oh, you're an overnight success. Overnight successes are a lot of hard work and effort and time, and then it's finally recognized at some point.
Yeah, overnight success. That's a minimum of 10 years in the making. Minimum.